Welcome to Garment Books Demo. We are one of the first cloud-based apparel manufacturing software providers for the apparel industry. You log in here with your password and with your account name, and then you're in. This is a demo for ApparelSoft Garment Books. And the first thing you want to do is go over here to Settings and set up your company. This company name, address, city, phone. Here you put in your RN number and the UCC manufacturer code, contact information. Here we put in the care instructions for all the fabric that's built in. Here are the size ranges. If you want to put in a new size range, it goes here and you type Missy, M-I-S-S-Y, and you can put different Missy sizes, which could be 8 to 12. After you do that, you have serial numbers where you can alter your number system in case you want to reset invoice or sales orders to your old system. Here is an employee folder for all of your employees. Contact information in case of any emergency. That could be their mother or spouse. Here are all of their other important forms, such as Social Security card and driver's license. Over here, we have training videos. Then over here, these are where we have settings for all the modules, so we can turn on your order entry if we want to, or shut it off. For future purchases, if you want to buy Fabric Master with the latest RFID, we can turn it on as you want to purchase it or more modules in the future. When you go over here, you go back to your home page, and this is where you go home. Then, the first thing you want to do is put in your vendors. So, you put in your vendors, and that's his company information, his address, contact, phone numbers. This is your purchase order history of all of your POs you did with that vendor. And then you can do the same thing for the customers when you have your customer file, contact, phone number, terms, and order history. The next thing you want to do is put in your fabrics into your Fabric Master. And this is like baking a cake. There are the ingredients that go into making the clothing. You have fabric and trim, and if you buy this fabric, you're buying it from these 3 vendors. The green means that's my preferred vendor. If I want to look at that vendor, I go here, and I could just look at that vendor. And there he is again. And then I could go back to the Fabric Master. This is what I pay in samples, and this is what I pay in production. And this is linked to the cost sheet, and that's how we can control the cost sheet in real time. Your cost sheet will be up to date to the minute on the cloud, provided you take care of these features. This is an audit log of anything that's been changed. There is any other images associated with this fabric. Here's the primary composition. It could be 100% cotton. Do not bleach. If you do it now, when you're buying this, so you don't have to do it again. One time only. Any additional images. These are different colors it comes in. This is a purchase order history on these. Here's my inventory on these, and these are any color control. If I really want to get into dialogue and controlling fabric, we can do that here. We're also getting involved with the RFID fabric control, wirelessly bringing things into and out of your warehouse, provided you use the right label. Your fabric supplier has to put the right label on. This is the Trim Master, and these are all my trims. I have over here 161 of them. This is the button. It's the same thing like a fabric. This is the purchase order history, and then if you want to look at things, you can look at all of my records right here. I can sort by category, by number, or by description. If I'm looking for all my boxes, they're right here. Then I could always go here and say, give me my buttons, and only my buttons pop up. If I want to look at that button, I look at it. Then I go back and it's the same thing here. I could sort records, print out things, delete of course, or add a new record. If you do your Fabric Master and your Trim Master correctly, then you're ready to begin. The first thing you want to do is put in a style. A style which is also a pattern card. When you hit new, it gives you a new number. That's 1050, and they're sequential. So if you hit a new record, it's going to go to 1051 automatically. So you don't have to worry about keeping track and numbers. It's a sample. Is it a jacket? Is it winter? What pattern number am I going to use in the future? We'll take it from your computer marking and grading system and put it there. This is the estimate of how many yards we use. We use 1.5 and it's made in the USA. And these are the size ranges we're going to use. Let's go to use a Missy. So we can test it. We're going to have size 10 be the sample size. I'm using 1.5 yards, and this is the fabric I'm using now. First, I picked my category. I'm going to use printed. Only my printed twills will come down, not all my fabric. I'll use this one. As soon as I do that, the image comes over here and everything is filled out. This is how much inventory I have. Now, I'm ready to say how many pieces I have in my pattern. I have 2 fonts and I have 1 back, and I might have 2 sleeves. So, now that we did that, we're going to tell the machine how many trims that we have. We might have 2 buttons, 2 zippers, and you picked that button. If you want to look at that button to make sure that you have the right one, you could pop up the image. There's no inventory here right now. This is how much labor we're going to have. We're going to have sewing, and a lot of people forget to put commission on there. The sewing could be $3 here, and in production, it could be $2.50. And commission could be $2 here, and then production commission could be $2.50. Once you fill that out, then you want to enter an image. You go and get your image from your computer. I'll look for a sketch. I have 2 sketches here, and I'll use this one. Now, that's a picture of my dress, and that's the fabric it comes in, and these are the colors that it comes in. Here, you put special instructions. Rush deadline, December 10th. Once you do that, so your cost sheet, when you go over here, is already filled out. How much everything is, and this is your sample pricing, and this is what happens in production. Then, you check your fingers here and make sure everything's correct. Here's your commission, and everything is getting total here. But your total cost isn't complete. That's just your estimate, and you could then put a markup in there. In production, that's what's really happening. The reason it's really happening is because if you change price on your fabric and trim, it's going to get changed here. Every time you write a purchase order over here, it's going to go and be reflected. Any changes you make here will go to your cost sheet and alter that item code. That's what makes us unique and different from everybody. It's real time, and it also goes to your cell phone or iPad. You could be in a meeting. So, now you have your spec sheet. Then, here's your measurements across the bust, the chest or shoulder, and then just fill in this information. Then, email it or export it to a PDF. As soon as you're done with all of that, then everything in the system should flow properly. You go to order entry, and here's where you fill out your orders. You hit new, you get your supplier or customer where you're going to ship it to. These are his terms. He's got 30 days. That's a sales rep and the ship date and PO confirmation and status. It's an open order right now, and I'm going to pick this jacket, and these are the sizes the jacket came in. I'm going to take 12 of those, 23 of those, etc. There's your PO. There's a sales order, and this is what you have in inventory on those items. You see your PO history on this item code. The next thing you want to do is pick it. You ship 11, you ship 11, you ship 34 and 200, then you have back orders. If you want to assign it to inventory, then you hit this button and it goes to inventory. Next, go to invoice and then it's invoiced. One of the best features we have is creating line sheets. No one else in the world has a program this nice. Go in here and we can do our line sheets. If we want to add a new one here, you go to plus, then here are all of your fabrics, and then here are all of your trims, and here are all of your finished goods. So, If you go to a header and type true as an example, then blue, let's say we want 6 images on a page and we choose the cost or selling price for overseas price on them. We want to put the selling price on it, and you just click these images here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hit our magic button here. It will generate a gorgeous PDF of your line sheet here, and there it is. You can now view the image, or you could send it to your desktop and anything you want with it. After that, and email it out. One of the best features about our system. Just to review real quickly, you've got your pattern card, cost sheet, spec sheet, fabric master, trim master, order entry, pick tickets, receiving purchase orders, cutting tickets, invoices, line sheets, customers, vendors, and calendars. On the calendar, you can look and see what's due. Your fabric or finished goods are anything by PO here. So, key benefits: increased speed to market, enhance efficiency, raise gross margins, improve product adoption rate, reduce sampling cost. Features: line planning, tech pack, digital asset management, material development, sampling, costing, sourcing, testing and compliance, workflow calendars, global collaboration, exceptions dashboard, custom reporting, and finally, a special report coming in 2019, Label Star and Fabric Star printing press for all of your labels and tags printing needs.